that was a day. So,
are you glad we're on the way home?
Yes. Quite glad, but at the same time, like, I'm happy with the progress we made, all things considered. So to recap the day, showed up on site, had utilities all marked out, dug down to find the water line, got into a giant clump of roots, went to cut the roots, and it turns out the water line was actually encased in the roots.
Yeah, the roots grew around the copper, and we were trying to cut the tree roots off so we could see.
Yeah. We
were planning on dismantling the water line.
So,
and then
it was a giant bundle of roots that basically we were under the impression the water line was actually under the bundle of roots, so we're trying to cut through them to get down to the water line.
It was drinking out of the tap.
Yep. So that started the day, and that was all fun yuck jokes. And then about 20 minutes later, I go to take my first real scoop.
Well, hang on. We dug and found the main, the gas main.
Yeah, we did. We dug down, found the gas main, had all of our utilities figured out.
We were commencing the sewer excavation.
And first real scoop, I nabbed the next door neighbor's supply going to their house that is totally unmarked. And so we yanked it out of the main. So where I grabbed it, we were actually, what, 10 feet back from the main?
Yeah.
And so Rick thinks that the main just started randomly blowing.
Well, it was an old black line, which is down here. And I was like, hey, just go ahead and stop. The main just blew.
The main just blew, and I'm sitting there in the excavator going, no, the main didn't just blow, we just hit a line. Got it all wadded up in the
Brian
thing.
had it all wadded up when he turned around, and to go back, like I was telling you before, this is where Brian popped his cherry on blowing up a gas line. He's 2 for 2 down here.
Yeah, same
on
city.
Sewers. He's 2 for 2.
And in my defense, we had to pay for either one.
Lucky, I'm a very good negotiator.
Lucky.
And I take pictures.
Yeah, so that's what it is. It's the pictures.
So to reiterate some of our utility experience, pictures, man. Pictures before you commence work, videos, documentation before. And we just had it happen again here. We took pictures of what happened. We took pictures before work when we blew it up. Instead of running away and panicking like everybody else does, oh God, you're going to blow up and run away.
Right.
You pull out the phones and you start taking pictures of all your utilities,
where
what
the
just
machines
happened,
are.
The whole job is walk around, get your your pictures. Because what happens up after that is now you got to call the 811 locate, which, you know, we're going to notify consumer right away. You have to call 911 just because the neighbors are going to call. So the fire department gets a free lunch out of it. They show up. And then your utility locator shows up. The guy that messed up the locate. And he starts walking around.
I had it all toned out.
Yeah, I had it all toned out. There's no paint on the ground or flags where this is hit. But by golly,
he had it all marked out.
He starts painting it out, guys, and then he takes pictures.
Yeah.
So we have pictures, and I said, hey, here it is, and I show him all the documentation, and he goes, yeah.
What mark?
It wasn't marked. And then you start dealing with consumers, and these guys are professionals, men and women. They know, they deal with blowing up gas lines every day.
Yeah.
Right? They
can tell when you've done what you were supposed to, and when you just went in and ripped.
Yep. And with the pictures, and they look at the job, they stage it back together, you have enough evidence that pictures speak louder than our conversation.
Yep.
And that thankfully got us out of a second gas line. And I think I've only blown up, Brian, 6 to 8 gas lines in my whole career.
I'm glad I got to be a part of, like,
and
a third of those.
you were 2 of them.
Yeah, it's
you
fantastic.
were 2 of them. Consistently, you were pulling the controls and I was laboring when they were hit.
Yep.
I don't know about this anymore.
I got demoted to the 8-ton machine real quick.
I think you might have to get fired.
Yeah, well, he's gonna. I mean, we saw the trench that Rick dug today, so.
Oh, spot on. Sewer pipes in. But on a serious note, though, when we're sitting there digging all that, did you see how the tone of the job? Everybody was happy. We're high-fiving, commencing work and happy. Did you feel the tone
Oh yeah.
just flip in the sheer panic of
I was
there's
the
a
only one
gas
joking
line?
around.
Yeah. But Ethan, Matt, Brian,
Oh yeah.
or Craig, everyone was just, they were
Everyone's
completely
straight faced.
terrified.
Yep. No one wants to joke because
That was Matt
big.
and Ethan's first go around of gas
Yeah.
line. They thought it was the end of the world.
Yep.
Um,
But it turned out like all things said.
oh yeah.
We
but-
flipped around to the back side of the house. We got all of the 4-inch tied into the crock. We have the crock set at the elevation. We've got our 2-inch all in. Like there's a really good chance.
We went and started on the back side to commence work
Yeah.
because we were out of harm's way. We were out of the 80 feet radius that they needed.
And that's part of it too, is you got to recognize once it's hit and once everyone's contacted, there's
not in
literally
trouble, though.
nothing you can do. So figure out another area on the job you can work and progress the job. Because we could have sat there for basically the entire day and twiddled our thumbs.
Well, you see a lot of guys that just shut down. They're like, oh, it's over.
Yeah.
No, go find other stuff to
Yeah.
do.
There's stuff to do.
You know, have your pictures, everything ready, document to talk to these people, but put your guys to work, man.
So
But you have
we-
to work through. You have to work through those problems, though, because at the end, for a little bit, everybody was getting gun shy again about digging around gas lines with the shovels and digger, and it's like, hey, guys, we did nothing wrong.
Yep.
You did your job.
Yep.
Yes, we did blow up the gas line. That's part of it. Unfortunately, I don't like hitting them.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, you got to recognize nobody did nothing wrong. We did the right protocols, the right steps. We go back to commencing work, keep the job moving.
And as a
Work people
result,
through it.
we're probably a little over halfway done with the job.
Oh yeah.
And we salvaged the day. So
But now we gotta go get, because of the utilities.
we're off
I
to
was
get a
gonna
trench
go
box.
down, even though it was sandy. I was just gonna go down without a trench box. We're only 10, 12 feet deep, but we got the reach. Now because the reason we blew up the gas line and the water line is the neighboring house utilities are on the property that we're at.
Yeah.
So it was in complete violation too. That's what also else got us out of what we're at.
Yep.
But now with all that saying, we're going to have a gas line dangling. We got a water line that's connected to the water main. We're going to go down with a trench box and get after it tomorrow. So we're regrouping, we're retooling. Going to
We'll
get
get her
home
done.
halfway decent. We're going to get her done.
Yeah. And hopefully it will be a better, smoother day.
It's going to be great.
It's gonna be great.
And today was great. I was ready for today.
You were not great this morning when that gas. You were not. You
Well,
were very straight.
you know why? Because what happened is, it's like winning a
He
belt.
wasn't good.
Your ego just gets stripped
Yeah.
when someone takes it.
Yeah.
And you did nothing wrong.
Yep.
So sometimes you just get your ass beat.
That's it. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. So we're driving into the neighborhood here, and there's this random sign. And you think, why do you need that sign? Who could that sign possibly be for? Oh, that's right. What are you doing?
Throwing rocks in the river.
Why?
The sign says no rock throwing. Did you see it?
So we got the boys assembling the trench box. And then we'll go drop that in the hole and continue down to try to find our sewer tap. And hopefully, if all goes smooth, we'll find this thing in the next half hour, tie on, get the connection made, and then we'll flip over to electrical. And then the true excitement begins. Watch as our day unfolds. communicate where my depth is, sir. But that's what I'm saying, I can't see. Right here, I have no visibility on when I contact the ground. Well, I can now, but as far as the pull, once you're in the pull, I can't tell what my depth is. Get it. Uh-huh. No, I'm not. I'm just lightly tapping. We're gonna have to cut all of this out of the video, Melissa. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and kill your mic. I'm gonna kill the video. We're deep enough now. Turns out the guy who came and staked out the sewer lead was off by like 20 feet. So we have now shuffled to the other side of the gas line. And we're supposedly at depth, still no lead. So we're thinking it's further back that way towards the street, but we're worried about the gas main. So Rick and Craig are working on exposing the gas main so that we can dig this back another foot, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe, who knows where this goes. And yeah, that's where we're at. It's noon. I've been at this for a while, looking for a phantom lead, which anyone who does utility work, this is specifically these tie-ins. You do this somewhat regularly when they're not really marked well or you don't have the right information. So it makes for a very long, frustrating day. That's where we're at.